Good morning, ladies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If Deku Had Yetta now as a girlfriend. Some of you might not know who Yetta is, that's okay. She is I call her, or the species I like to call Sasquatch. So basically, or Shock Squatch, or whatever it's called. So, yeah. So Zuko was basically, yeah. So, you know the drill. Zuko, who, if you if you haven't seen the other two videos before this one, what's wrong with you? Go check them out and before this video, and plus, so yeah, because in those two videos, that I made for today, here was what if Deku was, or if Deku had handling that girl as a girlfriend, and what if Deku had her as the girlfriend? So yeah. So this one is, what if Deku had Yetta one? So basically, it's like her species went into hiding, and so Zuko or Inko was trying to revive some, like, more of them to become soldiers, but she keeps failing on it over and over and over again. But when one day she got sprayed on by one of her, like, her thing, her co-workers of that Yeti thing. So basically, Zuko is basically the same thing as, or same species as Yetta is. And Zumi is in this one too. So, yeah. So Zuko, or not, they gave birth to Zuko and Zumi, and they got rid of Zuko because of, then, he changed himself how to use electricity properly. And then, for, he's also mortal, and he's also interested in, or like, from All For One, like, All For One has more interest in Zuko than anyone else. So, because he is one of them. So, yeah. So Zuko was basically trained more and more on his powers, and he could create electric fields, all that stuff. So, yeah. So Zuko basically, now time skip to 15, and Zuko was basically, during all that time, he learned more and more as he, of course, he was like trying to train to get all the or like garbage off, and she was walking past. She sees him, Um, as she knew that she is in love with him. She's the same age as Zuko, so no, like, not like what the Rick is, or not like the old, like super old characters got like not married to someone that's too young for them. Like if Momo was got married to young Todoroki, like too young Todoroki, like a toddler. And yeah. So yeah, Zuko was basically so now she knows that if he or if she wanted to walk up to him to ask him, but it's too awkward, so she decides to just try to hold it in. But then, of course, she wants to go to UA. So she goes to, now 15, so she has enough confidence in her. So when Zuko was walking, she caught up to him and tells him that she's in love with him. So yeah, so she basically was wanted to have a little like hang out together. So Zuko agrees, and so he basically they did the written part and a robot part. As he knows that he grunts and moans, but she knows that he's so he talks like a human. As yeah, he talks like a human. And so I'm skipping the internship, the ball throw, and Heroes vs. Villains at USJ. They, of course, let's say Yetta, was taller than Momo when when Momo, or she's at 15. And Momo is like at like what, 16 or 18? Hmm? Hmm? So she basically looks like makes people look like, makes him feel like super tiny. Like, as yeah, as he decides to be, so now of course, warp guy warps aren't like, he does like the same thing. And like what, I have the image, but it's no point in going to it. And then so Zuko was like, okay, ready, set, boom. And Zuko was basically And he uses his electric powers because he can guide up energy into like from others. So basically, human Pikachu's is electric thing. Some of you might not know who I'm talking about. Let me go to it. Not Denki. I call him human Pikachu. So so Zuko turns people like him into his like conductor. So he says, just use your sparks, as he used like electricity, as he points both like his fist right at the Nomu. And yeah, Nomu is an entire body exploded and away from. And he also used it to electrocute every like villain on, and because he calibrated it. And yeah, so then the Kirigiri team he had two goals. One is to protect Shiraki-sen, and the other to warp the Zuku, specifically Zuku. So yeah. So then Zuko took care of Shiraki-sen, and they both got teleported. And Zuko got like kind of like the same thing as the speedster thing and the jet ray one. He got challenged to a death battle, but Zuko accepts, and he used all of his electricity to actually destroy All for One's quirks, All for One's brain, All for One's heart, everything. Like made All for One explode, killing him. And the only thing that was left was All for One's helmet. So Zuko picks it up. He walks over because he crushed Shiraki's or Kirigiri's plate on the back of his before. So he walks all the way to USJ. Or he actually knew how to use his electrical thing. He actually flew by using electrical stuff to fly him when he was only about 9 years old. Yeah. So he flew with electricity, and he shows up at USJ when everyone was getting like ready, as Zuko jumps, as he looks big and scary. So some of them are like, "What the heck?" As when they turn around, as he looks at the guy, I can't say it, ectoplasm clones, as he says, Here. Take him, or take the as Zuko, or actually, when the detective saw what Zuko looked like, when he handed the mask over, as the detective was like, "Wait, Zuko, where did you get this from?" As he tells him, "Well, the only one man that I could think of, or probably All Might could think of, the symbol of evil." How did How did you like get this this from? I said the symbol of evil, all for one. I He challenged me to a death battle, or survival of a fittest, and he died. Name as yeah, as all or as the detective's like, wow. So you're telling me that he was alive before? Yeah, he triple dog dared me to do it. So don't blame me. As the detective's like, huh, well, but good job on. I had to defend myself. Oh, by the way, as as the let's say or no, not Jiro. Let's say Bakugo, who was being absolute jerk to him, like he probably stole it from a gift shop. As when Zuko heard that, they all know that Zuko can manipulate electricity. As he says, "I did not steal things." As he tells, as Zuko told all, or like Zuko told Bakugo that I don't see you battling against or, or actually, I don't see you get warped to a villain's base and you have to fight for your life. I had to fight to stay alive. As Zuko, as everyone is holding him back from being electrocuting Kasuke Bakugo. I mean everybody, including All Might. Hey, they know that when he gets mad, he like basically went full supernova. So yeah, and Yetta uh, walks up to him, puts her hand on his face, turns his head, looked right at her, and she kissed him right on the lips. And she calms him down. So yeah, Zuko, who is calmed down, as yeah. So yeah, so Bakugo got yelled at by the like pro heroes for not or for taking like stupid risks like that. But he because Zuko told them that he or when detective says, huh, so you had to fight against all the villains that were at the villain's base? Yeah. That wasn't a lie. That was the truth. Well, wait, detective. And so I'm really tired out. And as the detective knows that of course, Yetta, was sleeping, or actually she has her own place. So she decides to ask him, how about we both, like, go to my place? And she's embarrassed to say that. As he says, sure. As he doesn't know that he doesn't never know why she's embarrassed. As Redhead decides aids to, like, he says, or Redhead pulls Zuko aside and he says, well, you're basically gonna be a lucky one, aren't you? Do you mean? Or actually, he says, you were getting laid with the lady, yetta. As he's like, um, I don't understand what you mean by that, okay? As as Redhead, because Zuko never got taught how the what some of those mean, so yeah. So Zuko was basically basically was like, alright then. Alright then. So Zuko basically was, as the detective knows what Redhead was trying to do, as Zuko doesn't know what what he was referring to. So the detective, like, throws him, like, so what does he mean? Oh, nothing. It's you're that's and never knew about that, aren't you? Well, the some of the people, I don't even understand what they were referring to. Oh, it's just something. As the one day after school, the thing after that, he went to Yetta's his place, and Yetta decides to be like, you'll sleep in there, I'll sleep in here. As she knows that she wants him so bad, or she actually not says that, but she says, "This is my room. as she like goes in with him, and they both sleep. And, like, they both had their arms crossed each other's, and they were sleeping. And then the next morning, it was school time, and then let's say 2 weeks. Let's say 2 weeks. So before sports festival. So they had to train their quirks or their powers. So yeah. So they and plus Yetta was like she was the first one up as she pulls out of bed and she can't believe she slept with a boy. Hey. She couldn't believe it. That's the same species as her, but she knows that he does truly care about her. She also. So yeah. So the sports festival I'm skipping, and plus everything else. So yeah. And it all happened, but the All for One versus All Might one didn't happen. Because All for One was dead. Because he got killed by having the explosion. Like, his entire body, because his quirk exploded, his heart, his everything. Yeah, so then let's say they were immortal. They can survive in hot waters and all that stuff. Yeah. So they decided, or of course, Zuko and Zumi, Zuko and Yetta decides to get married. So because they were dating longer than anyone. As they got married and had 4 Sasquatches species. Yeah. Don't tell me that's messed up. And Zuko, or actually not 4, how about 6 next of them? 6 kids. So yeah. And they were like, as Inko, during one of those days, Inko decides to tell Zumi, that big Sasquatch looking thing with green fur, yeah, is actually your brother. As she couldn't believe that, and her brother is basically a yeti, yeah. So yeah, as Inko calls Zuko, and then yeah, Zuko Inko wants Zuko back to in her, or in not in her, but in her family, like basically her to be her son again because Asashi, or so yeah. Then that happens. So yeah. So he's juggling his hero life, his family life, and trying to keep them balanced. So, and plus they're immortals, so yeah. And who do you want me to do, like, next? Like, who do you want me to ship with here? I already made a one that's already did the uh the top one, the Tetraman princess, frog girl that took, or frog princess turns into like a tyrant, and then we got, I already did the jet hit ray girl. So, and now I already did Yetta. Now I was gonna do the Charmcaster and I forget her name, the one that's in the Ben 10 Omniverse. She says, psych. And then to get that top road done. And I almost forgot about her. So, yeah. So basically do like a couple more things. So I'm doing like Ben 10 week, but during each like break of the Ben 10, I already did her. I did her. I already did her and the her. And now I already did her, so I was thinking about doing like her next, but I was like, okay, because she is at the same level as the Yetta. So, yeah. And all these check marks that are in front of them are gonna be the ones that I will be doing. So, I already did 1, 2, 3, 4. Then tomorrow I'll do probably the here her, and probably tomorrow after that I'll do is Charmcaster. Then on Monday I'll do probably that girl says psych, because that's the only thing that I remember was her saying psych then probably that's why. And each one I'm going to do, I'm going to take a break from like doing Ben 10 week inks and do like the my own what if ones. Like what if, you know, eyeball or eye was in the slime movie. Hey? Or whatever I meant. Female way bad. And all that other stuff. So hashtag Ben 10 week. Woo woo. So peace out. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, and comment on this video of who do you want me to do next. Like because I'm doing Ben 10 week. So if you had to choose one of these things to do, who is, and plus there's one thing I am going to say on video. I challenge the ink tank crew to make evolution of like villains and how will they look like. I almost forgot about the like helpers too. Like if put example would be female way bad would be like she would have had to be more like robotical like her brothers and sisters are. And or upgrade like Mob Riddle auto that you see before underneath you to what? And everything. So yeah. So bye bye. Peace out. And do you all accept this? So bye bye.